I pushed this electrical cord through the window and I'm going to plug it in. I know this is sketchy. I know my electrical friends are like, girl, I know, I'm working on it. Oh, all right, it's plugged in. And the cord is run through this window. And this is some sketchy stuff. And I know this is sketchy, guys, but I got it plugged in. And the cord is going through what's left of this window. Now, what I gotta do is I've got to find the rest of my Christmas lights. And I'm telling you right now, guys, it is hard to find anything out here. Alright, that is the microwave, but I have a boatload. Somewhere I have a boatload of Christmas lights and I can't find them. I found some that may be enough for me to do what I need to do, but I want all of them. And I have no idea where they are. None. So the Christmas lights are not in here. I have my other citrus that I have bought. I've got my Brown Select Satsuma. I have a Japanese, I have an improved Myers Lemon. I have a Owari Satsuma. Now these guys, they can go down to 28 degrees, but I'm just not going to put them out yet. And I have all my peppers, my cayenne, bell peppers, jalapeno. I didn't save my habaneros because they're so prolific. But, oh, and my avocado, it is loaded in blooms all over. So in the morning, I can't remember if it's the male or the female blooms, and then in the evenings or afternoons, that's when the female or the male open up. So I've got to find those Christmas lights. Anyway, oh, I remember what I did with them now. Alright, so there's the window that I pulled the cord through. There's the cord if you can see it. Oh, I know my house is a mess. I got too many irons in the fire. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm taking the lights that I do have, and this right here is a tangerine, and it's a young tangerine. And down here, let me tip you down. And down here is its stalk, and I'm not sure what they use for the stalk, so that when they put the orange tree down in the stalk, I'm not sure what the rootstock is, but I constantly have to keep the little sprouts that shoot up on the sides. I have to tear them off. But I cannot let this get damaged, because if this dies, which is my tangerine, then all I'm going to have is whatever this produces, and that's not going to produce anything. So I've got to keep everything warm, and this tangerine is not happy when it's cold because it starts turning yellow. And it got a little bit of frostbite, and that's when I decided I'm going to cover this one up. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to wrap down at the bottom. I did order a wide angle lens, so it'll be here tomorrow, I think. Now these are incandescent. These are not LED. Incandescents put off heat. LEDs do not as much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unfurl these. What I got to do is I've got to plug this in. This is my lemon tree, and it's gotten burned on the tips from other freezes, but I'm going to really try to be careful. And my finger hurts so bad. I just got stabbed or impaled by a Robanelli palm. Man, does it hurt. So remember, citrus have thorns, and they don't kid around either. So even though it was a Robanelli palm, it's still, citrus will get you too. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I've got to really cover this lemon tree because I don't have a garbage bag wide enough to fit this thing. So what I got to do is put as much warmth on the top and just lay a sheet or something. I'm going to use curtains on the top. Now what I have to do is get these 2 pickle barrels, fill them full of water, let the sun heat them up throughout the day, and that'll put off enough heat to keep those 2 trees warm. So let me go ahead and get these out. Alright, this is what the inside of one of these pickle barrels look like. It's lined, it's food grade. I fill it up with water, and then I let the, I gotta get these frogs out of here, I just noticed them. And I gotta just tip them over and drain them later. Alright guys, come on, up, come on. Come on, there you go. Alright. I don't see any more, so let's get these moved and filled. Okay, now I'm going to put this pickle barrel next to this tangerine, or mandarin, clementine. Okay. And, let's see. There. I got this as close to the tree, and I got to fill it up with water, but let's go position the other one. Alright, these still have good soil in it. I'm going to plant carrots in these today. See how, oh yeah, so let's move this. Alright, heat should emit enough to warm up these 2 trees, so we got that. Let's go ahead and get them filled up. This pickle barrel cost me about $15 2 years ago. I got it at my local feed and seed. Okay. Here we go, come on. Boy, the suction on this is pretty good. Oh. There we go. Woo, still smells like pickles. Be right back. All right. After this fills up, I'll come back and put the lid on. It's going to take a while, probably about 30 minutes. Let's see how it's doing. Oh, okay, that's full enough. Let me go turn it off and we'll fill up the other one. Now with this pickle barrel, I got it very, very close to that root stock down there, that graft, because I want to save it. And this poor little tree has been through the ringer in the last 2 years, but it is hanging in there and it's getting stronger by all the trials and tribulations it's going through. But it's just not strong enough to survive on its own. I checked for frogs. Yeah. And as you guys can hear all the noise back here, this is why I rarely film in my backyard. Alright, so let's let this one fill up and put the lid on it, and then I'll call this project done for now. So hopefully everyone can see where I'm going with this. I've got these black pickle barrels. They're full of water. The sun is shining on that black exterior. All that heat is being absorbed by the water, so overnight when it's 27 degrees outside, it's going to radiate heat just enough to keep everything from freezing. It's not going to keep it toasty warm like it's Miami right now. It's not going to happen, but it's just going to keep the ice and just the frost off the trees, and that's all they need to survive. Some people like to spray water on their citrus and let them freeze. That's one way to do it. So what I have to do tomorrow before it gets cold is just put towels on top of the citrus and then put my 55-gallon drum liners or my contractor bags over the top, zip tie the bottoms, call it good. Hey everybody, it's the next day and I am going to go ahead and just put Christmas lights on all my citrus, cover them up, and put trash bags on them. And the reason why I'm doing that the reason why I decided to go ahead and do this today is because it's going to go down to 27. So I need to get everything covered up and protected. And then it's going to be 28 tomorrow night. So this is unusual. I'm in zone 9B, so this is unusual, but we'll get through it. I use everything: curtains, clothes, towels. So I got to find some straw and shove it around this trunk down here to help its graft stay warm. Because I can't use this curtain because it's covering the rest of the tree. That should create enough heat to keep it from freezing up top with the Christmas lights and the heat that they produce being trapped inside of this overnight. Because it's not going to get really cold until about 7 o'clock in the morning. So I've got to cover this one, and it's starting to rain again, and I can't get my phone wet or my camera wet. So let me do this and I'll be right back. Alright, so let's recap real quick. I've got that covered, but a trash bag is way too small for that, so I'm just going to throw some drapes over the top, or curtains. And I got my Satsuma, which really doesn't need protection, but I just threw some towels on top with some Christmas lights underneath, just to help a little bit. And I've got my Clementine. It's covered and lit up, and so is my blood orange and my lime. I don't remember what all I have out here, but at any rate. So this is what it looks like on the inside during the day. And if you put your hand, if you could feel that, you'd feel how warm that is. So these will keep these citrus from freezing overnight. And what I do during the day, like tomorrow after the cold is past for the daytime, I just come out here and I pop off these bags and let everything breathe and let the lower branches just peek out and grab some sunlight. And then I come back out here when it's going to get cold again and put the bags back on top and stitch them up at the bottom, which is what I got to do for this one. And so that's what I'm going to do. And tonight's 27, tomorrow night's 28. So I guess Thursday afternoon I'll come back out here and we'll see how well they fared. Now my lemon, most of my trees out here do have a little bit of tip burn because we had a 30-degree night and I didn't cover them at all. So they got burned just a hair, but this should be pretty good. I've got lemons over here that I need to pick, but they're not quite ready. So sorry about that. So again, that's what it looks like. So that's what it looks like during the day. And they're pretty warm. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Yeah, you can. I'm sorry. It's glary out here today. And I have the radiant heat coming from this pickle barrel that's been sitting out in the sun, and the other one over there. Hopefully you guys can see that we got some pretty good frost. And there's frost all out on the grass. The sun came out. It's starting to fade or evaporate. And the trees are still covered. I'm mostly interested in my orange over here. It's not quite above freezing yet, so I can't take the sheet off, but you can see the ice crystals on it. So once I take the sheets off, I just want to see what the leaves look like, and I'll do that after breakfast. I'm gonna let things warm up, and then we'll take the sheets off and see how the trees did. Got a lot of cleanup out here to do, but my house comes first. I couldn't cover my entire Meyer lemon because my tree covers did not, my frost covers didn't come in until last night. So hopefully my lemon tree will be okay. But everything pretty much got frozen. So once all this warms up, I'll come out here and we'll see. I can only uncover these for today, and then it's going to freeze for the next 2 nights. But I just wanted to see how everything did. But they've got to get daylight. They have got to get some daylight. I got to take the bags and everything off so the trees can get some sunlight. They need photosynthesis, but we'll see how this did. So let's get these blankets off and let's get all these bags off and see if any of this worked. Take a really good look at everything. I'm going to turn the lights off. Look at this. This was nothing but a couple of curtains. Now this happened about a month ago. The burn right here, because I didn't cover them at all. We had a 28-degree night. But all this has been saved by Christmas tree lights. Incandescent, not LEDs. Look at that. Perfect. Now, let's go over there and check on my Satsuma. Woo. Here we go with the Satsuma. Nothing but a fitted sheet and Christmas tree lights. 27-degree weather. And then the next night, 28-degree weather. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Those Christmas tree lights gave off enough heat. It's a little, it needs some nutrients because it's winter time, but outside of that, look at this. No damage. Amazing. Let's get a close-up. These been covered for 2 days. The leaves are kind of wilted because they've been covered up, and the towels take some of the moisture out of the leaves. But no frost damage at all. It's got leaf curl, which is fine. I'll treat for that again later. But no frost damage. With just a sheet, some towels, and Christmas lights. Alright, let's take the plastic off of my most tender tree. Now it's time for my sweet Clementine to see how she did. A towel and Christmas lights. Oh goodness. She's all wilty, but she's there. Alright. I burned a leaf right here. You can probably see out where I burned a leaf. Oh, that's bird dropping. Never mind. Oh, God. Alright, so I'm just going to drop this. I'm just going to let her stand up. Get her bearings. But no frostbite at all. 27-degree weather, just a towel, a trash bag, and some Christmas lights. Now, this burn damage, that is from either from the Christmas lights got too close. I don't know, that seems like this is new. So that's probably from the Christmas lights, but this right here, that's old. So that's probably from when I didn't cover them up in that 30-degree freeze we had about a month ago. There you have it. You know? Let's try this orange right here. This is a Satsuma. Alright, this is a Satsuma. Let's see what it did. There we go. There you have it. No frostbite. You can see that the leaves, again, you can see the leaves are all, well, that's a leaf curl. So as you can see, the leaves are a little curly from the towel drying them out. Plus I may have a little bit of leaf curl. Yeah, I do. and some leaf miner, but I'll treat that in the spring. I'm not worried about it. But this right here is from last month when it froze. It got down to like 30. That's old. But so that you can see that these Christmas lights save these trees.